Hello and welcome back to Factorio Tightening the Belt Megabase Guide. I'm Xterminator and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to work on a couple things. We're going to work on an outpost, and we're also going to work a bit on the base and discuss a few things in regards to the base and the direction I want to go. So we'll discuss that while I'm setting up the outpost, just so it's not too boring. There will at least be hopefully something fairly interesting to talk about. Let's go ahead and collect our materials, though. We are going to need a few bits and pieces here. Really, I'm probably going to need more miners than this, so that would be the first thing to be grabbing. I mean, that's a bit. We'll grab even more, though. And then we need some stuff for wagons and engines. So, well, actually, we need engines, locomotives. I call them engines, locomotives. Close enough, right? 1, 2, 3, because we already have the 1. And again, guys, I apologize. I didn't do any off-camera work. Yet again, I did not sleep well at all. Like, pretty much not. I mean, I technically slept, but like not well at all. So I've been really tired and not really capable of doing much today aside from what I absolutely have to. So I'm sorry about that. I think I was really stressed for a reason that I'll be explaining actually in an announcement video here in the next while. But I took care of the thing, and hopefully I'll be a little less stressed and sleep better. So we'll get there. We'll see what happens. Again, we're out of iron. This is what's holding this up. So setting up this additional iron train would be really good. Good thing we're doing that now. Well, there's a couple. We could get this patch, or we could get this patch. Either one really would work. I mean, this is more. It really doesn't matter. I think I will go for the higher richness one. That other one's closer, but I mean, for a train, it doesn't really matter that much. All right, let's go ahead and. All right, we're gonna have to clear this out. Do we have? Thought I maybe had artillery shells. Shame. We'll have to use bots. I just didn't want all this wood in my inventory, but it is what it is. So okay, so it's auto trashing, which is perfect. I forgot I'd done that. And this patch, I mean, this patch isn't huge. I don't think this one's really much bigger. There is this huge one, which we could have grabbed. But again, I just kind of wanted to start down here. This will certainly help. It'll definitely be a supplement, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and just start here. It looks like really on this one, it's more square than most. So you could do the miners either direction. This was just kind of what felt natural to me at the time. So we're going to do this. And while I'm doing this, I want to discuss the base and kind of the direction I want to go and some things I've been thinking about and reflecting on. So a bit of background. With my sending supporters to space, Megabase, which is bot-based, but this concept still very much holds true. What we did is we had a starter base, much like this one. And then I decided, I was like, well, it's time to get rid of this because I want to go to Megabase stage. So I tore up the whole base. Well, first we actually had a module base being made, making modules, which is something I probably should be doing here as well. And I'm just seeing if I can get a station in here. I think I can. You may be better off just having it be along the top or this side, maybe on this side. So I had a module base going, I was making modules, but then we tore up the starter base. I was like, all right, time to put a huge make everything factory and just start doing Megabase stuff. And that was probably one of the worst mistakes I ever made because what ended up happening is I did not have near enough materials to do any Megabase stuff, and all I had was a bunch of modules and like enough furnaces for one smelting unit out of like the 50 that I needed. So then we had to do a make everything, scrounge together the parts for it because I was even short on that. And then that had to crank away for hours and hours, like as an AFK for like 20 hours type of deal to get the parts we needed or some of the parts we needed. And then it was kind of a constant grind. And such. But then what I'm really getting to here is that the issue was everything was like ratioed out exactly perfect. They had all the builds planned and everything. And what ended up happening is we built it. It was super exciting, and it runs, except there's nothing to do now because the base is. And this is not me trying to brag. Like, this is just a fact, and it's due to probably an absurd amount of planning and help I had from some of my design team. But the base is built like so perfectly and so ratioed and everything that there's nothing to actually do because it just runs. Like, it just, everything the moving parts work so well together that it just runs on it, like, without doing anything. And the problem with that is that, well, then it's like, well, there's nothing to do, right? My base just runs. I mean, you could, and the problem was, right, is since everything was ratioed and built like these specific designs and stuff, you can't just add on to it. We would literally just have to build a whole nother copy of a base, because the way the thing was laid out, if you've seen my Ascending Supporters to Space map, you'll understand what I mean. You can't just add on to a build, right? So why I'm mentioning this is because part of my goal with this series was to have it be different than that. Not only through using belts, but through actually allowing us to constantly do something. And I think this is part of what allows Mojo to, continue to do his belt base even after like 850 hours, is he just keeps constantly adding on to it. I mean, sure, he does ratios, so it actually works correctly. But he doesn't build it in such a way that it's unexpandable and just like set to run at what it runs at without, and you can never expand upon it. So I kind of want to do that here. And the way I think we want to go about that is just scale up, like bit by bit. So instead of tearing down, because I know there's people like sitting here that are itching to do, like, just build a whole Megabase right now. Instead of just like tearing this up and then trying to just build a Megabase, I'd like to just kind of build upon what we have. I mean, at some point, we will have to actually like build you can't just make this infinitely scalable with how I have this set up. But there is plenty of room to expand. It will just require a little bit of work, and what that means is that'll give us actually more stuff to do. So, like all this can just all be expanded. This can be red belt, this can be turned to blue belt. This can be, all this can be expanded. The labs can be fully, speed module, more of them. All that stuff. The bus, like I said, can be all blue belt. These, we would have to extend the length of, so maybe remain red belt, but we haven't even turned on the other furnaces, so we need to just start pumping more into it. And that's kind of the plan here that I want to do. Instead of just like tearing it all up or just leaving it as is and then building up like a whole nother base that's just like all perfect and ratioed and pre-built to everything. I'd like to just kind of do what I said and scale upon what we have. And I hope that's not like disappointing to people. I know some people, and like, here's the thing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I want to, let's see, do we need signals here? We may want some, just for the hell of it. Maybe not. What I'm saying is, I just kind of want to scale on what we have. I'm not saying that we're not doing a Megabase. We are going to go do a Megabase, but on the way to there, I want to, better what we already have rather than just letting what we have run at a very slow pace and trying to build up everything for the full Megabase, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the plan, and I think it will just give us more to do, more interesting stuff to work on, because otherwise it would just be a grind fest, essentially, to do it the other way, and that's not really fun for anybody. So, of course, I forgot steel. Speaking of forgetting, I did not do research. Some more non-infinite researches would be good. Get those out of the way. And, this is actually with an exoskeleton or two. This is a pretty short walk. In fact, I can fit... Oh, I actually have 3 exos. I'm used to... my brain was still in the production PvP battle I did on Saturday, where I was like, damn, we don't even have modular armor yet. I would suggest watching that, by the way, if you hadn't, either on Twitch VODs, or I did upload my footage of it. It was a lot of fun. Alright, so we'll run down, hook this dude up, and we should be about good to go. We just need to do, we should we should do a 4-lane balancer is what we should do here. And some of these may need to be red belt now that especially now that we do have productivity. If we click over here on the bonuses, you can see that we do have 30% productivity on this. So if I clear this out, you can see this productivity bar going up. Essentially a little more than every 3 cycles. We're gonna get a full thing. So let's just do, I think some of this probably will need to be red belt. I'm just gonna do red belt from like this point. Research is done. Just knock out some of these. Okay, so what we need now is some stuff. Let's see if we can get this all fit in here. Not really. I don't think so. Perhaps we should set up the other bits first. And I should have requested stack inserters and stuff while I was there. That was not very smart on my part. We don't necessarily need stack inserters on the belt to the chest part. And I think I was doing like 4 on the load, right? 4 per, yeah. With stack inserters, that's definitely enough. Let's make some more of these. And these were 141s, I believe. Or maybe they were 121s. No, they were 141s. I can't remember what trains I have, man. I am really tired. Alright. Damn it, all to hell. Okay, so these are gonna go here. Do I have room for a balancer? I could do vertical. I just have to run like the lines up and then down, which is a little bit silly. I mean, this could work, right? Because if we feed him into here, I'm pretty sure we're still not gonna have room, but yeah, we ain't gonna have room. Well, maybe. Would help if I actually put the thing in the right place. Alright, so you're gonna come over in like so. Oh. Okay, so you go there. You are gonna come over here. Grr. Alright, so up here. Like so. There's that, and then this dude is gonna come down. And I think for that, wasn't I just doing a splitter thingy or something? Yeah, that should work. You can do like a pyramid, like a splitter pyramid type of deal, but, and actually this could go there. Move it up 1, and this guy can go here, which, wow, this like barely fits. This is such a close fit. Research again. I would love a research. There is a mod for like a research queue. Once I do get rid of the non-infinite research though, Can actually came up with a specific Megabase research mod, which is really nice because it will just alternate between mining productivity researches and robot speed researches based on the least expensive cumulative cost, I believe is what it is. Alrighty, so these are all good to go. Gonna need, really? Of course. Gonna need some stack inserters, and then we can't throw the train down though. Oh, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that. And I will just zip back over here. This is done. So this should be using up the iron. I'm trying to avoid purple and high-tech researches at the moment. Because I want to use up some iron in the main base rather than the blue circuits and stuff. Although red circuits are all the way backed up, so we could do like purple research. By the way, how is our coal doing? I haven't checked on this in quite a while. Okay, he's still doing pretty good. Blue circuits, I mean, should be backed up. It is backed up. After this, I think we could probably hit a major research. Iron is holding up really well in the main base. Braking force, not particularly interested. Character logistics slots, don't need them. I mean, if we really want to deplete our stuff, we could do this. I actually really want to do this. Let's do this. Rip resources. This will get the base moving. 5,000 for this atomic bomb, but it'll be worth it because then we can do the atomic artillery, and oh man, is it cool. Can't wait to use it. And we should have plenty of the 235 to get the stuff. I wanted to come up here anyways, by the way. Because I wanted to look. Is this backed up? 1.6k. Okay, we only had 2 of these going, right? That's why this isn't more. But I mean, 1.6k isn't anything terrible. I definitely should probably do more of that if we want to start making nukes in any sort of bulk. So we needed that, and I think that was the only thing. Some lasers. I had... Did I have lasers being made? I don't know. Let's request them and find out. Outpost probably should have some defending. I mean, there's no biters in sight, but I'm sure there's some like right over here. Also, a radar would be good. So, I mean, all things considered, this is going pretty well. It's just absolutely chewing through the whatever packs these are, military and red and green. Jeez. It really is eating through these red and green researches. Oh dear. This is not good, man. Batteries, that's what I wanted. Didn't really want plastic. I'll just hand make a couple of these. We should set those up in the make everything as well. It's more of a mini mall than a make everything at this point, but... So that research will slow down pretty significantly once the belt buffer of military and red and green run out, but it should keep our resource consumption going pretty good. I mean, we're doing 5k iron a minute, 8k copper cable, 1.4k green circuit. Speaking of which, we've not looked at our achievements. Now, I am using mods, so these are technically disabled. Well, they are disabled. Which is a shame. There's a way to undo that, but I already gotten achievements. So this guy is... These are not actually full red belts. This was probably not needed to be red belt, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so we'll name this one. Let's see, how much do we have? We have iron... Iron pickup 1, iron pickup 2. Is that really what I'm... Oh no, that's that one. What's this one called? Iron 1? Oh geez, this is gonna get confusing. Alright, let's do this iron... Let's say... Iron... Circuits 1. So we know that that's going to circuits. And this guy, we're gonna name... Iron Circuits 2. Alright, so you, sir, get to go there. Iron Circuits. Iron Circuits 2. Inventory full, and then you need to go to Iron Circuits, Iron Main drop. Wait, Iron Main 3, Iron Main. How come I can't find this? Iron Circuits, Iron Pickup. What the hell? Oh, Circuit Iron Drop. I should probably name them, like do these, like Circuit Iron Pickup. These are really going to confuse me. Inventory empty, and we'll just need some fuel in there, and we should be ready to go. Stick some rocket fuel in him. A bit excessive, but let's go. Or that was rocket fuel. All right. Circuit Iron Drop, and he can't get there, which means our signaling is not totally borked. And this should help, because then we should go through the stacker, and when the other train is absent, which it probably is currently, yes, so all these belts are now empty. This should definitely fill in the gaps for that. You can see some of these belts are still backed up, but they're starting to run out. So this guy should get there about in time to fill in that gap. Man, the trains, I love the trains in this game, even though they will always want to kill me. They don't love me, or maybe they do, and they're just a bit aggressive. But I just like, I think it's just so cool, like the transporting of resources with the trains. Also, we need more signals here. This was part of the reason that other part didn't work up here. Why the train on this horizontal line stopped when I didn't think it should. Someone pointed out, very good point, that this needs more signals. This should really probably have more signals as well. Chain signals, perhaps. Just to kind of break things up a little bit. Sweet. Okay, so we've got that. Someone else. Wow, we are at. Is this? Okay, no, this is full. I was like, dang, did we actually mine up this whole patch? I knew it was low, but I didn't know it was that low. It's one little dude here. 3K under him. That's not bad. Someone said something about one of these lines. Oh yeah, I cut this line like 5 episodes ago. This train's never leaving now because I had got this and the thing couldn't unload. I'm a derp. And this is actually fully mined out. Wow, so our first iron patch is now just officially 100% gone. So that's pretty cool, I guess, or bad. Now let's actually connect that line. Let's not cut another one. So that's there. You're doing well there. Iron, we're still somehow surviving off of 1 lane of copper. This research has just absolutely stalled completely. It looks like it's a lack of military packs by the looks of it, and red and green. Red and green ain't doing so good. We can just add more onto it. It's not going to be really ratioed great to the others. Blues are starting to lag behind too. If I expand, I would like to expand all sciences at once rather than just some of them. Luckily, red and green, though, are super easy to expand. These, not so much, because we kind of have to expand the parts for them. And this is a problem, this iron, because even as it is, these turrets are only being half fed, and then that means only like half the military's on. So ideally, we actually need to be sending like 2 red belts down here. Is what actually needs to be happening. And some of these lines are looking a little bit sparse. What's going on here? I think it's because that other train could never leave, is what the problem was. So there is that. In fact, let me see, did he... Oh, he's still unloading. Damn. Okay, well he should leave soon-ish. Okay, so we have lines going there. If we wanted to take 2 off... Yeah, really this needs like 1 line for this and then 1 line for that. Is actually what should be happening. So let's go ahead, let's do that. Let's go ahead and cut him. I'll just red belt that. And then this guy we're gonna cut here. And I'm going to red belt him. It's gonna stop things for a second. And underneath, like that. We're just gonna do a whole nother split here. Copper is looking a bit short. We may want to turn on another copper smelter. We have plenty of copper. That's not at all what I wanted. Come on, man. That's what we wanted. Okay, so he needs to go here. Yeah, that worked great. Inventory full of iron. Really? Come on, dudes. Hey, well, at least they're not putting in my inventory. So I think I mentioned this last episode, but I don't really want to do the splitter cascade thingy. It's less materials. Again, I kind of like how this one looks anyways. And I would just prefer this. Also, someone mentioned for the make everything up here is what I was trying to do here with only sending this like one direction. What was I actually trying to do? Was that here? Well, somewhere I was trying to do like a priority and then, but I needed to filter. I'm not sure why I needed to do that though. Were these gears supposed to come down? Because we needed the circuits over here anyways, right? Oh no, this had to move up. Well, why did that have to move up? Why couldn't that just go here? Oh no, it's because I needed, oh. Okay, duh. So what we need to do is set a filter. Can't believe I forgot that. So this should stop these from coming through here, which it does. Now means we can actually do this. and then this can actually go here without being super duper wonky. And this, I think, was just ending here. And then we could do the same thing here, actually. Yeah. Instead of like moving all this weird junk around. The power of the priority filter splitters. It's wonderful. There we go. Of course, now the circuits can't continue anywhere. They can, actually. So then this is not required to do that. Same with this. Actually, this is where it was a problem, because now the circuits... I just undid all that. You gotta be kidding me. Great. So much for that. Alright, well, I guess we do have to do this. I just undid all of that, man. Okay, wait, no. This needs to go down. This one needed to go here. And then this needed to scooch over, I think. Can clear that out. So that goes there, and then, right, so then this needed to go like there, and then we can underground. This is actually a little bit cleaner than I had it last time, which is good. So that should be workable. This is coming along. I mean, it's what, like a third of the way or so? That's... Red and greens are caught up. It's now actually military, which... I mean, you would think this would be working better, but who knows. We are eating through this iron pretty heavily. We're doing... Whew, man, look at that. We're doing 12K a minute, and we are consuming every bit of it, pretty much. That is really kicking things on now. That's awesome. So this, these are now full-ish. There better be another train on its way. A radar, that's what we need over here. I need to do a radar. I'll do that off camera here, but I think I'm going to end this episode. I got the outpost set up, and the... doing the atomic bomb research, which I'm pretty excited about. Some atomic artillery is going to be awesome. And I just, I'm glad I wanted to discuss and just kind of let you guys know the plan for the base. And I hope you approve of that. Also, all right, didn't we need this to be like red belt? Yeah. Yeah, so, no. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below about that. I think it's probably a good way to go, the way I wanted to do that, because I think it's just going to make it, it's just going to give us more to do, essentially. Wow, I am just, like, really messing this up. And it's going to make it not so just, like, cookie cutter, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.